we'll go ahead and continue the call with Oregon State coach Gary Andersen. And the Beavers are at Oregon this weekend in the Civil War. We'll go ahead and take questions for Coach.
To ask Coach a question, please press star 1. And your first question comes from the line of Steve Mims, the Register Guard.
Yeah, Gary, when you're looking at a job like this, how much do you look at the roster that you're inheriting kind of during that first season?
Absolutely none for me. In the past I've done that, and I haven't done this a bunch of times, but when the Oregon State job came up, I did not look at the roster, didn't look at the win-loss record, didn't look at the facilities. There was nothing there. I just knew that I had a lot of respect for the place and the things I've said in the past, but did not even look at the roster and see what was coming back or what was leaving.
When did you then? I mean, when you looked at it, did it stick out to you that, hey, this could be a rough start, or did you see more than maybe what you guys have gotten?
Well, when you look at the kids that were here a year ago that were playing, there were some really good players. There's a bunch of those kids playing in the NFL, kids that played for many, many years, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I mean, I can go on and on. So you look at that, and then you see the number of seniors that were on the team that obviously becomes a little bit concerning. And I don't think you ever really know what you have in a new job until you play somebody else. It's easy to convince yourself of something or get fooled or be a little bit more optimistic than maybe you should be. And I do all of those things when I watch my own team compete against themselves. So I don't think that's a flaw in myself. I think I just believe in the kids that I coach. And, as we've gone through this season, it's obvious we need to continue to work to recruit like crazy and mature the kids in our program.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And your next question comes from the line of Brian Fisher, Turner Sports.
Hey, Gary, Utah had a pretty big win against Oregon earlier this year. How much are you planning to talk with or have you already with Kyle Whittingham about that game and what he might have saw on the sidelines with the Ducks?
Kyle and I haven't really discussed that. We've watched that game as a staff. Vernon got hurt in that game, so it was way different. He went from, I believe that's the game, it looked like he kind of hurt his hand, smacked his hand in that game and started to wear a glove or whatever it was and was not nearly as effective throwing the football as he is now, and it was early in the season, and there was a lot of things that went the way of the Utes on that day, which in this league we all know happens, seems to be more often than not for teams. Week in and week out, there's those big-time lopsided victories. So, they're a much different team than we are. Utah on defense. They're a much different team than we are on offense, and Oregon, I think, is a much different team than even played on that day with the maturity of the quarterback and the belief that he has in the system and the belief that the guys around him have in him as a quarterback. It's exploded onto the scene, especially here the last month or so.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Again, to ask Coach a question, please press star 1.
Any questions for Coach? All right, that'll do it. Gary, hey, thanks for your time today, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Take care. Go Beavs.
See ya.